Hey there, future millionaires. Andrew Mitrich here, and I've got something that's going to blow your mind today. What if I told you that the difference between staying broke and becoming wealthy isn't about how much money you make right now? It's about something way simpler and way more powerful. Today, we're diving deep into the financial truths that schools never taught you, the money mindset that separates the rich from everyone else, and the exact blueprint that turned a high school dropout into a business empire builder. We're talking about assets versus liabilities, the shocking truth about your home, and why your 9 to 5 job might actually be the worst thing for your wealth. But here's the kicker. I'm also going to share a story about someone who went from living paycheck to paycheck, drowning in debt, to building passive income streams that changed everything. And trust me, if they can do it, so can you. Look, if you're serious about transforming your financial future, hit that like button right now and subscribe to this channel. Here's why this matters to you. Even if today's topic doesn't completely revolutionize your thinking, next week I might drop the exact video that becomes your financial turning point. Don't miss out on the content that could literally change your life trajectory. Let's get started. Let me tell you about my friend Sarah from Chicago. 3 years ago, she was a marketing coordinator making $55,000 a year, and she was absolutely miserable. Not because she hated her job, although she did, but because she was trapped in what she called her financial prison. Every month, Sarah would get her paycheck, and it would disappear like magic. Rent, car payment, student loans, credit card minimums, groceries, Netflix, gym membership, you name it. She was living that classic paycheck-to-paycheck nightmare that 78% of Americans know all too well. She'd lie awake at night, stressed about money, wondering if she'd ever be able to afford a house, travel, or even just feel secure. But here's where it gets interesting, and this is exactly what we're going to unpack today. Sarah's breakthrough didn't come from getting a raise or winning the lottery. It came from understanding one simple concept that completely shifted her perspective on money. She learned the difference between assets and liabilities, and it hit her like a lightning bolt. She realized that almost everything she thought was normal, the fancy car payment, the expensive apartment, the shopping habits, was actually keeping her poor. So, she made a radical decision. She moved to a smaller place, traded her car for a reliable used one, and started treating every single dollar like an employee that needed to work for her. Fast forward to today, and Sarah owns 3 rental properties, has a 6-figure investment portfolio, and runs a side business that brings in more than her old day job. She's living proof that the right financial knowledge can completely transform your life. And the best part? She's happier than she's ever been, because she's finally free. Now let's talk about the game-changing concept that transformed Sarah's life, and it's going to transform yours too. This comes straight from the classic Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it's so simple yet so powerful that most people completely miss it. Here's the deal. There are only 2 types of things you can spend money on: assets and liabilities. Assets put money into your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. Sounds obvious, right? But here's where most people get it totally wrong. Your house, the one you think is your biggest asset, it's actually a liability. I know. Your real estate agent told you it's an investment. But think about it. Every month, your house takes money out of your pocket through mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, and repairs. It's not putting money in, it's taking money out. Now, a rental property that generates positive cash flow, that's an asset. Stocks that pay dividends, assets. A business that runs without you, asset. Even that course you bought that taught you a skill that increased your income, that's an asset too. But here's what's really going to cook your brain. And this is the part that makes people wealthy. Every dollar you spend on liabilities is a dollar that can't work for you as an asset. When you buy that expensive car, you're not just spending $30,000. You're giving up the potential returns that $30,000 could have generated over the next 20 years. Let me put this in perspective. If you invested that $30,000 in the stock market with an average return of 10% per year in 20 years, you'd have over $200,000. That's the real cost of that car. Mind-blowing, right? All right, now that your brain is spinning from the assets and liabilities revelation, let's talk about something that's going to completely change how you think about making money. Most people believe there's only one way to earn: get a job, work hard, climb the ladder, and hope for the best. But that's just one slice of the pie. There are actually 4 different ways to make money, and understanding this is crucial if you want to build real wealth. First, you've got employees, trading time for money at a 9 to 5 job. Second, self-employed people. They own their job, like doctors, lawyers, or freelancers. Third, Business owners, they own systems that work without them. And fourth, investors, they put money to work for them. Here's the kicker that most people don't realize. Employees and self-employed people are stuck in the same trap. They're still trading time for money. If they stop working, the money stops coming. That's not freedom. That's just a different kind of prison. But business owners and investors, they've cracked the code. They figured out how to make money work for them instead of working for money. A business owner builds systems and teams that generate income whether they're on a beach in Bali or sleeping at home. An investor puts money into assets that grow and pay dividends around the clock. And here's something that might surprise you. And this is why you need to stick around for what's coming next. You don't need to be super smart or have a business degree to move into the business owner and investor quadrants. You just need to understand the right principles and take consistent action. The roadmap is simpler than you think, but most people never learn it because they're too busy being busy. Now let's talk about something that's going to challenge everything you've been told about building wealth. Society has programmed us to believe in the slow lane. Get good grades, get a safe job, save 10% of your income, invest in index funds, and retire at 65. But here's the problem with that plan. It's painfully slow, and it requires you to sacrifice the best years of your life. There's another way, and it's called the fast lane. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is some get-rich-quick scheme, hear me out. The fast lane isn't about getting rich easy, it's about getting rich quick through smart systems and leverage. There's a massive difference. Fast lane wealth building is about creating systems that can generate income without your constant time input. It's about building something once that pays you repeatedly. Think about it. When you write a book, you write it once, but it can sell copies for years. When you create an online course, you create it once, but it can generate revenue while you sleep. The key is leverage. Instead of trading your time for money, you leverage your time to create assets that work for you. You might spend 6 months building a business system, but then that system generates income for years. You might spend time learning about real estate investing, but then your properties generate monthly cash flow. Here's what really gets me excited, and this is the part that's going to change your entire perspective on money. The fast lane isn't just about making more money faster, it's about buying back your time and freedom. When you have assets generating income, you get to choose how to spend your days. You're not stuck in meetings you hate or commuting to jobs that drain your soul. But remember, fast lane doesn't mean easy lane. It requires discipline, learning, and consistent action. The good news, the principles are learnable and the results compound over time. Here's something that's going to tie everything together. And this is probably the most important part of building wealth that nobody talks about. You can have all the knowledge in the world, know every investment strategy, understand every business model, but if your mindset is messed up, you'll sabotage yourself every single time. Your relationship with money starts in your head. If you believe money is hard to come by, that rich people are greedy, or that you're just not good with money, then guess what? That's exactly what you'll experience. Your beliefs become your reality because they drive your actions. But here's the flip side, and this is where it gets really powerful. If you believe that money is abundant, that you're capable of creating wealth, and that you deserve financial freedom, your actions will align with those beliefs. You'll start looking for opportunities instead of obstacles. However, and this is crucial, mindset alone isn't enough. You can visualize and affirm all day long, but if you're not taking action, you're just daydreaming. Success requires both the right mindset and consistent, focused action. It's like having a GPS and a car. You need both to reach your destination. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be isn't luck or talent. It's just information you haven't learned yet. And if you're ready to bridge that gap, make sure you're subscribed to this channel because we're just getting started. Even if today's content doesn't completely transform your thinking, next week I might drop the exact video that becomes your financial breakthrough. Next week I'm revealing the exact investment strategy that's generated the highest returns in my portfolio, and trust me, it's not what you think.